Welcome to an all-new episode of the 60-Second Car, the podcast that covers the entire Fast saga. Right now, we are on minute 37. My name is Dan. I'm joined as always by my co-host with the most boast, Mr. Daniel. It's Diesel time.
Hey.
60-second car.
Welcome back to minute 37 of the 60-Second Car, the Fast and the Furious. We're in the middle of our hangover period, and that's okay because we got all kinds of things that I think. So the first minute of this period was a little bit tough because we kind of just get picked up. It's probably my fault for kind of setting this up for so many episodes. We knew this was going to happen. We've been leading up to what was going to happen. We know he's going to get picked up and get revealed as a cop of some sort. And then we got to it. It's like, well, yeah, that's what happens. So we're there.
The last minute kind of is such a reveal in the franchise, and it's like a twist, but it's so underplayed.
Yeah.
Because like he just like gets out of a car and he knows the guy's name, and then you're like, all right, cool, this guy's a cop. If you're seeing this for the first time, that should be more of a reveal. It should be more surprising, and it just doesn't feel like it.
Have we been conditioned for that in like the past maybe 10 years, or is that really, like, do you think they really underdid it?
Maybe it's conditioning, because like I didn't see this when it first came out like you did. I don't know. Do you recall how you felt when they were like, oh, he knows these guys?
I feel like it was more confusing than anything. So yeah, it's possible that if they made a bigger reveal, it might have been less confusing. So 2001, I was 11 and probably 10 when this came out. And so yeah, I think that's part of why I was confused. I was probably a stupid 11-year-old. But yeah, the point is that like it was a little confusing, and probably because they didn't play it up. Because why him, right? You don't really know why him. And then you know, like you mentioned in the last episode, we got a smirk, right? We got a smirk from the sergeant, and it's like, okay, something's weird here. And then he reveals, hey, Muse, get these things off me. They're too tight. I like realism, which is also, we didn't talk about that. That's creepy. That's a creepy line, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I like realism.
I'm glad Muse doesn't come back.
Like, what does that even mean? That means that you love putting people in pain, especially people that you arrest? Like, what's going on here? LAPD's finest.
I mean, it checks out. I've seen the news.
It absolutely does check out. But yeah, like we get this sort of reveal that this is happening. But to your point, which is what we're going to talk about this episode a little bit. Well, I guess not yet, because there is a couple things. This, I think the first line I get is, well, is this right away? I guess it is. Where Agent Bilkins, that's his name? I guess he would be an agent, yeah? Special Agent Bilkins?
This guy or the other dude? This guy or the other guy?
No, the other dude. The other guy.
Agent Bilkins is the other guy.
Okay. So Special Agent Bilkins was a $180,000 car.
I have $80,000.
$80? That's it? Oh.
Yeah. Well. I don't know.
$80,000 car. And yeah, Brian, I think rightfully gets a little pissed. He's like, you know what happened, right? And then the sergeant's like, yeah, he knows. Like, oh, so he's being introduced as just a dick. All right, cool. FBI agents are just dicks. Even though, like, and I think not to foreshadow too much again, but in Too Fast, Too Furious, he's way nicer, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he's like way nicer, but like here, he's pissed. He's just a grumpy federal agent. And I mean, that's partly here. Speaking of Muse, just being a tool, he's an officer that has been driving, these guys around. He's asked to get coffee, to get 3 cappuccinos, decaf, by the way.
4 iced cappuccinos, one of them decaf for Sarge, which is very funny to me. And then when they come back, they're the most picturesque, like, coffee
Oh my
drinks.
God.
Oh my God, they look delicious.
There we go.
I want it.
I love the face. Look at this face, man. Ooh, baby.
Me every morning with my first cup.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Did he put like, is that foam? Did he foam the top? Like they got
Yeah.
maybe that's why he asked. Maybe he was a barista and he like knew what he was doing. He knew how to foam the milk, and who knows, maybe there's a bird design on the top that we can't see.
He's like, I don't like his style with how he treats people we're arresting, but man knows his way around a Keurig and the giant fucking machine they always have at coffee shops. You know the one.
I know the one.
Steams all the things. I don't know what it does or what its name is.
Invented. Hold on, I gotta look at this. 1998. Okay. So Keurig did exist. Keurig Dr. Pepper Inc. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, originally Green Mountain Coffee. Wait, did they make the K-Cups? Hold on, I gotta look at this. When were K-Cups invented? Yeah, all right. 1998. Yep. All right, so yeah, it could have been a Keurig, because when you said that, I was like, wait, were Keurig K-Cups invented yet? I guess they were. So
let's pretend I knew that and I wasn't just saying a coffee thing because I don't know coffee things.
I was just sitting there like, I think those are kind of new, but I don't know. I know they're extremely wasteful, and bad for the environment. So okay, my question is, because this looks interesting. These are clear glasses, or is that a design on there? Because if it's a design, then it looks even better. I think they're clear. The bottom is clear at least.
That looks
so
clear
look at
to me.
that. This guy knows how to make a coffee.
Great. Like it. Keep him around. Great. Love it.
Sure. Oh yeah, this is him saying decaf. This is the face we get when he's just saying decaf. He does a lot of the one-eyed squint. And then he enjoys squint, decaf, enjoyment.
Yeah, so this dude, by the way, like I've been doing this as we've been going through the movie. This is Sergeant Tanner, played by Ted Levine. And at the time of this release, he's 42 years old. This is his 20th film. He was in, previous to this film, Heat, Flubber, and Wild Wild West. And I don't recall if this stat was from his entire filmography or up until this point, but he has played a cop at least 5 times or something like a cop. So he's got cop face.
Apparently Shutter Island and Silence of the Lambs as well. He's in some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I knew I've seen him before. Oh, he's in Lethal Weapon. Yeah, he plays lots of cops. He definitely looks like a cop, so it makes sense. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he was gonna go undercover, and they're like, no, we need somebody that looks less like a cop. So they got Brian O'Connor, the guy that looks just like a younger version.
Imagine fucking Sergeant Tanner rolling up with like his car keys, spinning around his finger. Hello, fellow kids, ready to go street race. We're gonna race for pinks in our jalopies.
I'm definitely not an officer of the law.
Well, I forget who has this line, but I wrote down a quote fresh from Toretto's Hot Rod Heaven. They're referring to Brian, I believe, which then had me do like a mini like investigation about what qualifies as a hot rod, because I was like, are any of these guys actually driving hot rods? Because in my head, a hot rod is American Graffiti. It's those old ass cars from like the 50s.
Classic American car, yeah.
Turns out technically a hot rod is any modified vehicle by like definition, but you know, I don't think of a Honda Civic with a wing on it as a hot rod, but I guess it's technically a hot rod.
I don't accept it. Nope.
But the fact that he rolls up like, Toretto's Hot Rod Heaven, that cop.
I think it's Tanner.
Can't play. Yeah,
I think it's Tanner.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. And then so like yeah, they start going and talking about like what's going on. So this actually he starts to. And this face actually, I think, sums it up perfectly to what you were talking about last episode, hinting at what we're doing this episode. Essentially, so, okay, talk to me about this. You're getting cop vibes now from Brian.
Yeah, so the way he's responding to these guys and how he needs, like, time and space and whatnot to get all this done, like, either Brian is a or Brian Spillner, Brian O'Connor,
O'Connor,
as
yeah.
Brian Spillner is a goofy ass like street racer, and he gets really excited about wanting to do that, and then looks like an absolute dork, or he's an amazing actor when he's trying to be a cop. Because like I believe him in these scenes. I believe Brian Spillner or Brian O'Connor as Brian O'Connor wanting to be a cop more than I believe Brian O'Connor being Brian Spillner.
Yeah, so how I see where you're getting that, cause yeah, I think there's a lot that makes sense there.
Is it just like he's in trouble and he's like doubling down or something?
I think so to me, that screams conflicted still. It screams conflicted. It screams that one, he doesn't have any information, right? So that's true. Because like you look at what he has, he's seen nothing that is incriminating other than the street race, right? So
He's seen him speeding.
well,
That's something.
yeah. I mean, okay, maybe he'll look away from that one. He'll turn the cheek on that one. Okay. But yeah, I think so. One, yeah, he has no information. He tells a little bit more of the truth, which is everything revolves around Toretto, as he saw firsthand when the whole thing started when Toretto shows up. But you'll also, and they don't say it here, but apparently it's in a report somewhere where Johnny Tran comes up and blows up the car. So he's got that going. But he doesn't really talk about maybe why that happened or anything around that. It seems like his conflict comes from, give me more time, I need to work on this more, mostly because he's saying that the people that we're looking for, I haven't met yet. He's trying to put that energy out there without necessarily fully flipping, but also not really wanting to say Toretto's our prime suspect. So
I
he's
would think
kind of covering.
Yeah, I feel like he's got enough to think of him as the prime suspect, as you can see from that wall of photos. But
Right.
yeah, he hasn't seen any of the $1.2 million in electronics yet. Because
Right.
apparently there's been 4 hijackings in 2 months, equating to $6 million and just in electronics from one of them. So
Is this where, I think this might be actually where, right after he talks about the tires, that the tire tread marks and how they know they're in the street racing circuit or world or whatever it is.
sure, yeah.
Because I mean, I guess that's so okay. I think this is where he mentions that there was another truck jacking, and he was like, "What do the drivers say?" or something like that. I think that's what Brian asks, and
Don't
Tanner
know
comes
if
back.
we're there yet.
Is that in the next minute?
I think so. I've had a line about truckers in the next line or next
Okay.
minute, but we can tease it.
No, I mean, yeah. Whatever it is that I got more on that to talk about why I think he's conflicted.
Sure.
But yeah. So I mean, this is sorry, I wasn't showing the screen here. But yeah, he's sort of sitting here going. Yeah, for some reason I feel like this is where he says that, but I don't remember exactly. Oh, this might be right before because it's my last slide. But yeah, I feel like he's sort of, especially in this frame, he's just thinking, and he doesn't seem to be thinking here. He doesn't seem to be present, and I think that's on purpose as him as an actor, as Paul Walker as an actor. He's trying to seem absent from this meeting. Both, one, because he's young. He's a young cop who doesn't want to be sitting in a dang meeting. But two, he wants to be back out there talking about car stuff. And
Let's go
I
sip
think,
some nos with his boys.
yeah. And he hasn't taken a sip of his actual coffee. He doesn't care about that's not nos. It's not. What are you talking about? That's what is it? A cappuccino?
Doesn't poison his temple with that swill.
No, exactly. His body's a well-tuned engine. It only takes high-grade, expensive gasoline and synthetic oils and
Whatever nos is.
nitrous oxide and I don't know, gas pistons and whatever Jesse prays to at dinner at the barbecue. The car gods. But yeah, he doesn't want to put all that stuff in his body. It's not.
Are there car
vehicle
gods
stuff.
Lightning McQueen? Is car god Lightning McQueen? Well, no, there's car pope, so maybe it's car pope that they pray to.
It could be a
Sorry.
Jesus. It could be a Jesus allegory. He could be the son of God.
I'm thinking about Cars, the movie again.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
I'm doing
Lightning
what I'm doing what Brian's doing in this scene. Oh, man.
yeah, I know. I was saying Lightning McQueen could be Jesus.
Sure.
The Jesus car. the Pope car. God dang it. So wait, I mean, these two minutes are going to conflate together, but yeah, essentially they sit down and they he's like, oh yeah, he says something like, you giving me attitude? This doesn't bode well for LAPD FBI relations. Like, like that's gonna break the whole thing apart as well. Like, what's going on here?
Like, if one of the guys is rude, he's like, all right, fine, no crimes, never mind, bye.
No, we're taking this over. It's not ours. No, we don't care about this. What was it? 2.1 million? Nah, I don't care. What is? I don't give a crap.
in Panasonic DVD player? No, ma'am.
Yeah, well, I guess they were pretty expensive back then, but are they counting retail? Is that, are they they're working for these companies counting their profits that they're not getting? What is this even more federal and police corruption going on here?
What do you do with $1.2 million in Blu-ray or DVD players? Do you then flip them over to like Circuit Cities at the time, or do you sell them on like a black market? Like, what do you do with
I presume they have a
TVs?
fence of some sort. I don't know. I guess, like, if you think about it, that might be what Hector is. Hector might be a fence, and he might be the person that's, like, taking it all in and then selling it. We also have the fact
quick question.
that... What's
Quick
that?
question. For everybody who's not sure what you're talking about when you say offense, just for their benefit, can you describe what you're talking for them, please?
Yes, of course, for them. For the people listening that don't know what a fence is the middleman or the middle person between the thief and the person actually taking the goods in and selling them for their own profit. So essentially, a fence says, here's a bunch of money for your stuff because I'm going to go give it to the person that's actually going to be selling it.
Why are they called a fence?
I think it's because, well, okay. I'm taking a wild guess here, 'cause I don't know this answer. I think it's kind of a literal fence. Because they're in between both sides of something. So there's a fence in between, I think. I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say that's what it is.
It's fact now, sure.
I'm not even going to look it up. That's just, it's a chain link fence that they stick all the stuff through the holes in the chain link, right?
They push it through like Play-Doh, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Don't correct us if it's not that. In my head, it's that now. I don't want to know otherwise.
It's like when you waffle stomp in the shower.
Ew. Yes.
I was waiting to see if you knew what that was. All right, cool.
Turns out, yeah.
You just shove it through.
That's one of those weird things that you can just say offhand and like really kind of gauge the type of person somebody is.
If they know what waffle stomping is?
Yeah.
Or a blue waffle, maybe?
Are we doing this again? Did I tell us? I feel like we did this in an early episode. Let's not go down this.
Yes. We did this in a live episode, and I think people did Google it, and I think some people were a little upset with me for mentioning it, even though I said not to Google it.
Google everything we say, except don't correct us, though.
Don't Google fence. I got it right.
Yeah. They don't let you correct. Yeah. Duh.
No. Don't Google fence. I got it right. Don't worry about that, guys. What else? Where do we go from here? I went backwards. Hold on, I lost my place. Yeah, Brian's just contemplative. He's just out of there. He doesn't care. I do want to know what this box is on the desk. I'm gonna be weird about this. This seems like where you keep like your grandfather's ashes.
Oh, I thought it was like a cigar box.
It might be. It might be a pen box, put like pens and papers and whatever.
Is that just a briefcase?
I think it's just a wooden box. It's like a nice polished wooden box.
What's in the box?
Oh no, it's Gwyneth Paltrow.
But like flattened out.
Yeah, like a pancake. Yum. Ain't no party like a Liz Lemon party because a Liz Lemon party is mandatory.
Love a lemon party.
We love a lemon party, absolutely. Do we have anything else for this minute?
Nope.
The next minute's a little bit more interesting, but yeah, this one is just it's. I mean, honestly, it's kind of this is an interesting allegory for my life right now, because everybody, I've gone corporate. For those wondering, I know that it's weird, and I've been working for myself for the last 12 years. But it was time to get an adult job. So I went to, corporate. But essentially I was in a meeting with somebody and who's an artist. We were talking about like art assets and stuff like that. And I was introducing myself. I was like, hi, I'm Dan. I used to be a streamer, or I still am a streamer, but I, not full time anymore. And he was like, why'd you do that? why'd you come to this? Did you miss meetings? I was like, oh, that is what happens, huh? Because I went from my first week of having nothing on my calendar every week to now there's about 3 or 4 meetings per day that are just recurring
Poor
meetings.
fella. Dude, when I got into working in radio, I was surprised, like professional terrestrial radio, how many fucking meetings there are. And like, I know what your gig is. I'm surprised you're having that many meetings, but also, no, I'm not.
They're probably similar meetings that your radio ones, because it's just about like what's happening next. And here, honestly, a lot of them. So there's a lot of them called sync meetings, right? Where all like we have like a communication sync meeting. We have a marketing sync meeting. We got production sync meeting. And it's pretty much everybody talking about what they did that last week. Just so we know. And I feel like, one, it's good information to know because we need to know what's happening because, we're on deadlines and we got stuff coming out in weeks, whatever. At the same time, I'm like, what if we just bullet pointed everything and sent it in an email?
I mean, I've had basically office jobs of some flavor for the last, including the radio job, maybe 10 years. And yeah, so many meetings it's the cliche, it could just be an email or it could be a list or something, or but I don't know. People like the face-to-face, the camaraderie of it. But could this podcast be an email at bullet list? No, it cannot. You got to go to danotage.twitch.tv/60second car. Click on the link tree.
Yep.
DM us your social security number. Don't ask why.
Yeah, leave us a voicemail. I didn't say that last time, but leave us a voicemail. We want to, we can always listen to whatever you got to say to us. You can even tell us you hate the show. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever.
Bring it. Tell us why.
We are here to learn. It's like this show is in beta. We'll make some changes if we need to. We'll also just ignore you if that's an option too. But yeah, speaking of all that, do go to danotage.tv/60second car to check out all the links and everything we have going on. Check us out on your favorite podcasting app if you're not listening to it on one of them right now. Go to YouTube and check out the video format version of this and give it a like. Shout in the comment section, family. Or Diesel Time. Diesel Time works too.
Diesel Time.
Yes, exactly. And with that, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. We'll see you, I guess the next one will come out on Sunday. So we'll see you on Sunday. And with that, I'll see you next time.
Family.